Hi everyone, it's Liz, the Frugal Libertarian. I had different videos planned to film and release today, but I feel like this is something that I have to kind of say something about because yesterday the Trump administration bombed Syria. They said that the targets that were bombed were specifically Assad's targets, and this was retribution for him releasing chemical weapons against the rebels, his own citizens. I don't agree with it. And I don't agree with it not in a whole everybody hug everybody kind of thing. Not even as a non-aggression principle, NAP kind of thing. I have a very hard time with the idea that we're getting involved in a civil war. That's what this is. As much as maybe, Russia is helping Assad, it's really a civil war. We don't get involved in other civil wars. The other issue I have is that, yeah, Assad is an awful dictator. Assad is terrible. He's hurt so many people, killed so many people. Assad is bad. However, the rebels fighting Assad have been tied to first Al-Qaeda and then to ISIS. So this seems to be a situation similar to the first Gulf War, where we're going to arm people to protect against one enemy, but it turns out the people we're arming aren't friendly either, and there's a high likelihood that those arms would be turned around against us. The idea of escalating, sending boots on the ground in Syria, to me, unilaterally as an American cause, is not the best laid plan. As much as I don't want people to be hurt or killed, the nature of what's going on in Syria is one that really, I hate to say none of our business, but that is kind of what I'm thinking. And again, I'm not sitting here going, Assad is great, we should prop up Assad. I just cannot see a side that's better than the other side. Both sides are really bad. There is no better side. If we're funding and giving weaponry to terrorists to get rid of a dictator we don't like, that's a problem. And the idea of sending American troops to Syria to potentially die there because of the civil war that's going on, I don't think that's the greatest strategy in this. Like it or not, people have to fight for what is theirs. The Syrian people really should be the people fighting, and whatever the end outcome is, then we deal with it if it is a threat to us. But right now, basically what happened is an atrocity that's horrifying. The UN should have been the ones that intervene if they're going to intervene. If intervention is going to be necessary, it cannot be the United States just going there. I understand also why the Trump administration did it, and it's not necessarily the dead children due to a chemical attack. It's because Putin is propping up Assad, and Putin wouldn't want America to attack Assad. So to prove that, yeah, no, I'm not in league with Putin, I'm going to go bomb Assad. And I get a little bit of the politicalness to it. That actually kind of makes it a little bit worse, in my opinion, because, you're taking a side to prove you're not on a side. Like, that doesn't make logical sense to me. Our intervention would just escalate this further. It's going to turn it into a bigger world war. It's going to start bringing in other countries who are considered allies or considered enemies, and who want one side to be propped up. It's a civil war. We're not getting involved in the other civil wars that are going on right now, are we? And in this one, there really is no clear lesser evil. Both sides have extreme levels of negativeness that are not something we really want or should be attaching ourselves to? Do we want to give support and aid to Assad, who is a horrible dictator, or do we want to give support and aid to rebels with ties to terrorist organizations? It doesn't seem to be a winning hand either way. So that's my feeling on it. Like most libertarians, I am a non-interventionist. I don't believe we should be involved unless something is directly attacked, unless we are directly attacked, unless we are forced to be involved. That the battles of other countries are not our battle, especially in this case, a civil war. And I've heard people on both sides now talking about this, either good, we're going to show him, or no, that's horrible, we should be backing the rebels, and that kind of thing. You've got people who want boots on the ground and people who don't. And I'm one of the people that doesn't. And I'm not happy with the way this is going. So what do you think? What have you been thinking about what's going on in Syria? Do you think there should be intervention more than what we've already done? Do you think that this is more than enough and that we need to stop? Do you think we should do more? Do you want boots on the ground? What do you think and why? Because these are just my thoughts and my opinions on this. I feel bad for the people who are directly affected by this. I feel very bad for the Syrian people, that they are really caught in the crosshairs. So anyway, I am Liz, the Frugal Libertarian, and I will talk to you soon. Have an awesome day. Bye.